Just go ahead when you're ready.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I've just been bat-mailing on my bat phone.
Yeah, can you just do the line, please?
I'm Batman.
Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick. Everybody's here, which is always a good sign. Ben, Matt, Alonso, Christy. A couple of movies this week. We begin with the Lego movie, which I didn't see, and which apparently I made a huge mistake not seeing. Because there'll be no opportunity to make that up. Because if I have to pay for it, I'm not. Yeah, that's right.
It's really getting buried out there.
So what, is this not a kids movie?
So the Lego movie. Great movie or the greatest movie ever made in the history of cinema? You decide. See where we fall on this. So Chris Pratt does the voice of Emmet, this construction worker drone Lego in his little brick town area. He always follows the rules, does what's expected of him, and then one day comes across a little bitty piece of red plastic that changes everything and allows him to be the special and fulfill a prophecy that will change everyone's lives. Take a look.
Who are you here to see?
I'm here to see your butt.
Oh my gosh!
Pow. Wham. First try.
I love this movie so much. Chris and I had more fun than Nicholas did at this movie. It is so fast, it is so funny, it just clicks beautifully, so many great jokes. It's profound, eventually very emotionally profound in ways I did not expect.
I was watching The Daily Show last night or earlier in the week, and Elizabeth Banks was on, and she's in it, right?
She's the voice of Wild Style.
Right.
And badass goth chick.
And Jon Stewart joked that he loved it so much he'd seen it 3 times, and I was like, wow, because I knew you had liked it, because we'd spoken, and I thought, wow, people really liked it, but it turned out, no, he was kidding. Of course he hadn't seen it 3 times, he hadn't seen it at all, because he's a grown-up. And so he didn't care, and so so my question actually that I posed to you at the beginning was legitimate. Like I thought, okay, maybe it's a really good kids movie, but it's more.
It works on both levels.
So like the Toy Story movies, which could be seen as purely kids movies, there's a lot there for adults, and there's a lot here. Now, not necessarily the way Toy Story goes, but there's there's a lot of fun gags throughout the movie, a lot of references to they have fun with Batman and. A lot of the other characters, they bring in any character practically that's ever shown up as Lego. So you get characters from Harry Potter, and you get Ninja Turtles, and you get everybody.
Star Wars,
You'll like this.
Right, it's great.
2002 NBA All-Star Shaquille O'Neal.
Right.
Things like that.
Yeah, it's great. So you get
Voiced by himself.
Yeah.
You get all these great cameos from, on a certain level, a lot of people have been talking about, this is kind of the first movie we got the Justice League in. And so it's a lot of fun. But then the movie takes a turn and gets shockingly emotional in a way that I think caught Christy and I completely off guard. Now, this is brought to us by the directors who did 21 Jump Street. And I bring that up because those guys are, in 21 Jump Street, do a movie that is, kind of this goofball remake of an old 80s property. And then it also kind of subversively tells this story about 2 guys struggling to maintain their friendship through high school or in a high school environment.
It ends up working.
And it ends up working, and it ends up deeper than you think. And that's what this movie does in what Christy and I think is a very effective way.
I'll put it out there. I cried in the Lego movie.
Yeah.
I will admit that I cried.
You don't cry.
I don't cry ever. I got choked up, and a lot of that is being a parent. And a lot of it is, I don't want to say it, but the thing you have a problem with, but you cannot talk about.
Yes, there's a big turn in this movie.
You had a problem with you parentless fuck.
Exactly.
You hate children, don't
Well,
you?
yes, but that's another story entirely.
You don't have nieces and nephews or anything.
No, not a one. Yeah, I don't come from a Catholic giant brood. This movie takes a big, daring turn in Act 3. It didn't work for me. That was the thing. And I don't have children. I'm soulless and cold inside. I felt like it took everything that the movie was already telling us, that even young children paying the tiniest bit of attention were getting from the story, and then felt like they had to stop and explain it. Like subtext wasn't enough. Now it's got to be text. Now we have to put it in neon and underline it and point arrows to it. And it's like, no, I got that already. Shut up, movie. You were fun up until this point.
And I usually hate that too. I usually hate being told what to feel too. I do. But this is a whole other level of stuff going on.
I think ultimately, if this room is any indication, how you feel about the Lego movie will hinge on how you feel about this turn that we're not talking about.
Right.
And up until that point, I did not like it as much as you guys did. I thought there was some very funny stuff, and then some other sort of kind of dead spots, and I thought it was fine. I was having a good time. It was better than any kind of product movie I would have ever expected
Better
to
than
be.
Transformers.
Totally. As far as toy films go, I liked the notion of like, let's dump all the toys on the carpet and play with them at the same time. That all these sort of universes that we think of as being separate and discrete in pop culture were just all mooshed together, and that was fun, and it definitely made the most of that idea. But it's the turn that lost me. So
I agree. If you don't go with them on that turn, you're lost. Christy and I went with them. I think a lot of people are, but it is a daring move, and I think that they do run the very real risk of losing some people because it pivots. I don't think that turn is telling the same story
I don't either.
and working on the same themes that it has previously. I understand your interpretation of that. I don't agree with it. I think it's a separate thing along the lines of, we were talking about this before the show, the first 10 minutes of Up tells a story that ultimately is kind of mostly separate from the rest of that. And I think that Christy and I both seem to be on the same page here. The short bit that you get towards the end of that film is kind of its own story, and all of the impact that hits
everything prior.
kind of informs everything prior. But
for me, it felt like I felt like everything I had gotten, everything that's in that bit, I had gotten from the movie already. If it's in the dialogue, if you're paying attention to what things are being said, it's all there.
But even before the twist, though, I was laughing my ass off. Like, I have to go see this again because it is so rapid fire. You were laughing so much. It's kind of like the great Simpsons details where they give you like a schedule or a list or something where you've got to stop and pause it because there's so many little things you want to read. You cannot see this one time.
And I did like the look of this universe where everything is plastic. Like bullets get shot and this is like rows of bullets, and when things land, it's more plastic. Yeah.
And I like the intentional jumpiness of it. I like the way that it looks like it was made with stop motion animation, which it's not.
Right. But the characters still are stiff and
it's very consistent that way.
And for some
I like
people
that.
who have seen some of the Lego animation stuff that's happened, like the Clone Wars Lego stuff that's happened on TV, and like the Clutch Powers video that the kids see.
And the video game.
This is a different style of animation in that the movement of the Legos is more true to the way they would be in real life, as opposed to, for the animation freaks out there. Like, so for those people that really have some of
the
those.
Legos is more true to how they would move in real life.
Well, yeah, because like in,
and that's part of the joke is that they're really stiff and they sometimes can't do things they want to do.
Because in some of the animation they've done previously, like they can move and bend, and this one they can't do that at all.
The physics are respected. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying don't go see the movie. No, I'm not. I had a good enough time, and there's enough. You're right. There are enough jokes in
The show
here.
would be so much better if you actually shoved her off. Flew right off.
There are enough jokes that are entertaining and that work that people should see it, but just gird yourself for this thing that's going to happen that might or might not work for you.
Great voice cast too. We should mention Morgan Freeman plays the sort of mystic character, and he's making fun of every godlike character he's ever played before.
Yeah.
Will Arnett is essentially Job Batman. He's just Job and everything with slight variations.
Chris Pratt is great.
He's great, and he and Elizabeth Banks have great chemistry. I mean, I don't know whether they actually voiced it all in the same place or probably separately, but the two of them have nice chemistry. Will Ferrell is very funny.
Channing Tatum pops up as Superman.
Chris Pratt is, I guess this is obvious now, but Chris Pratt's going to have a long and successful and tens of $1 million career.
Yeah, he's hugely likable.
Yeah.
Hugely
But
likable,
I
nerdy
like
everyman,
fat
yes.
Chris Pratt better than buff Chris Pratt, but whatever. No one cares what I think.
That's because you don't have kids.
Exactly. That's what it all boils
All right,
down
so
to.
Christy, tell them your number.
A 10. I'm going big. You got to do it.
First 10 of the year. Matt?
I'm giving it a 10.
Da-da-da-da.
2 10s.
And I'm giving it a 7, which somehow makes me the jank here. So I'm dragging us down to a 9. Oh my God.
It's at 98%.
It's at 98% on the tomato meter
One
right
person dares not like this movie on Rotten Tomatoes.
we
Woe
know-
be unto
now. But
him.
it's okay to not like the movie.
Really, we'll still be your friend, I swear.
It's okay to hate it like Alonso.
Yes. Just
Very clear.
the worst
All right.
ever.
Go see it. I will.